Hey friends, it's Kelly and welcome back to Mama Needs a Goal. Thank you so much for joining me today, and if you're new here, welcome. So friends, I have a fun Dollar Tree craft for you today. Not only is it a craft, it also is a game, and I know the kids will love playing this. It is our Valentine Tic Tac game / craft. So, spend the afternoon making the craft with the kids. They will love doing the painting and all. And when they're done, they'll be able to play the game. And, it's always fun when you're able to create something and then play with it. It just, they seem to enjoy it a lot more, I think. So I wanted to share that with you today. Like I said, all my supplies except for the paint is from the Dollar Tree. And I also wanted to share with you a little PDF that I'll be attaching, or I'll be putting the link in for you to do as well. So let me get started with the actual dollar store craft and the supplies that you're gonna need. So I picked up this little sign at the dollar store. It's where the picture frames were. It does have a little thing here, but that's okay because that's going to be the bottom. We're going to be actually using the inside of this, and I will be removing this piece here. So I have that, and I do have a little sander because I just want to rough it up to make sure that the paint adheres to it. And then the next thing you're going to need is some foam dice at the Dollar Tree. It's a 2-pack, and we're going to need 9 of these, so you end up having to buy 5 packs and you get 10. So we'll need 5 packs of those. We'll also need some paint. Your choice, what colors you want to do. I have some red. I think I'm going to paint the base of the game with, and then I have some white, and I am using chalk paint because I just like that finish. I think the chalk paint will adhere better to the foam dice than what the acrylic paint will. I just think it'll soak in and adhere a little bit better. So I'm using the white chalk paint. And then I have some brown paint. I think what I'm going to do is my X's I'm going to do in the brown paint, and instead of doing O's I'm going to do hearts, and I think I'm going to do that in red as well, and paint my dice white and paint this red. I do have some XO's vinyl. I used my Cricut to cut these out to create stencils. I made 3 of each one. I probably won't need all 3. I can reuse, but I wanted to have a couple just in case. But you do not need a Cricut to do that. You can buy stencils at the Dollar Tree, or if you already have stencils, or you can just freehand it. You can draw with a pencil and then paint it. Not a big deal. You do not need a stencil. Now I am going to I have some twine here that I bought at the Dollar Tree a long time ago to use for a project and never did. I am going to hot glue this on to make my little tic-tac-toe board, like the hashtag. You do not have to do this. It's tight enough that you really don't have to do it, but if you have the twine already, or if you want to pick some up, you can. And obviously I'm going to be using my hot glue gun to put it on, and then just some foam brushes, and that's all that we need to do this fun craft / game. And I think, like I said, the kids will really enjoy this. And then I had these little blocks I bought at blocks I bought at the Dollar Tree. I was going to use them for a project a while ago, never did. You see how small they are? 36 of them in there. And they've been sitting on my shelf forever, and I was like, you know what? That would be cool to do a tic-tac-toe as well. So I just went quickly, and of course I got oil on this from the counter where it wasn't clean. I made this little tic-tac-toe printout, and we can paint these X's and O's, and we can use them on there instead of just writing it. You can, I'll attach the PDF for this. You can actually print it out on cardstock. You can laminate it, and that way they can use it over and over again. They can make little blocks and paint them and put them on there. You can print out a couple, so if you have more than one kid, you have plenty of blocks here to do. And also, if you laminate it, you can do dry erase markers and do XOs or X hearts if you want, using your dry erase markers, and then they can just wipe it off with the paper towel and they can play the game, and that way you're not wasting a ton of paper. So I'll attach that PDF or add that link to that on my Facebook page and all my social medias, and I think I should be able to add that in the description box of this video. So friends, let's turn the camera down and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and take this plastic off. Like I said, I got this in where the picture frames are, and this has this little piece here. I am not going to take that off because it's going to be the bottom, but I do need to take this off. So I need to get that out. And as you can see, that pops out very easily. Let me roll my sleeves up because I don't want paint all over me. Then I'm just going to take my little sander here, or sander, what's it called? What is that called? Sandpaper block. Just going to rough it up just a little bit, nothing major. Just so the paint will adhere a little bit better, because it has like a little bit of a sheen to it. Okay, let me get a paper towel and wipe that off. Just want to get all the dust off, just a very light, damp paper towel. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and paint this red, because I think it'll look nice with the white blocks. That may have been way too much paint. We'll see. Honestly, I should have started on the inside first and then worked my way out. That was the best way to do it, so that way I could turn it upside down and let the outside dry. But I didn't do that, so my mistake is a lesson for you. To start on the inside. Boy, this stinks. Alright, I did. See how much paint? I poured way too much paint on that. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm going to finish painting this, and then let it dry, put it to the side so it can dry, and then we'll start working on the dice. I have my 9 dice laid out, and we're going to go ahead and paint these. This time I won't make the same mistake. I put way too much paint on the board and made a holy mess. So this time I'll do it right. And also, like I said, it would have been a lot easier if I would have painted the inside first, then flipped it, and then painted the outside. That would have worked much better. But I didn't, so you guys know what to do. I'm just gonna do this while I'm here. This is pretty easy. I'm thinking I probably will need 2 coats on this, but I don't think it'll be very heavy coats. Does soak it up nicely. So I'm just going to paint the whole thing except for the bottom, and I'll come back and paint the bottom after everything else dries. Just like that. So let's get painting. Alright friends, after painting all those blocks, I just now figured out the easiest way to paint these blocks. Put a little bit on the top, hold it on the bottom like that, paint the top, paint the side, then paint that side, so you're going here, across, and down. Then you're going to turn it up, so you got the top, side, then flip it while your fingers are still on the side, and then paint the bottom, which actually becomes the top, and then paint the top part, flip it, you got your thumb there, that's now the bottom, you sit it down, boom. Seriously, that was so much easier than what I originally was doing. Okay, they're all painted. Now I'm going to go ahead and paint a couple of these little wooden blocks for our, I'm just going to put some paint right here on the paper. These should take no time to paint, so I'm just going to go ahead and paint these little wooden blocks real quick. Let me finish these up, and then we're going to go back and check the actual board itself. I'm glancing over, and it does look like it's still pretty wet, and the reason for that is because for some strange reason I decided to get very heavy-handed on that paint. So we'll finish this and then we'll come back. Okay, now I've put 3 coats on everything, and it's pretty much covered now. When you purchase the dice, make sure that you get, if you're going to paint them white, make sure you get a lighter color because it'll make it a lot easier to cover. So let's turn the camera down and go ahead and put our X's and hearts on. All right, my friends. So I think what I'm going to do is X, 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 O, 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 O. Start with my hearts. So like I said, I have my little vinyl template here, and you can get a stencil from the Dollar Tree, or you can just draw it on there because it doesn't have to be perfect. If you want, got a couple here, so I'm going to put 2 of them on, that way I can go boom boom. Center. All right, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. All right. I'm just going to dab on. I'm not going to paint it across because I don't want it to go under my stencil. So I am just dabbing, just like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lift up my stencil. Oh, it's pulling the paint off a little bit, but that's okay. It doesn't look bad at all. Look at that. Not bad at all, friends. I am going to do, I think, 5 hearts and 4 yeah, Cal. 5 hearts and 4 X's, and then on the back of one of the hearts I will put another X, so that way you have that extra one depending on who starts the game. Using the vinyl because it does pull off the paint. That's okay. You can actually just use the oh, look at that, friends. I really got that one good. You can actually use the vinyl letters, cut them out and put the vinyl letters on there. You don't have to paint them. That actually will save some time. So I am going to put this on the back side of one of the O's, or hearts I should say. So that way I have an extra, oh, I really am messing that up. That's gonna be the bottom. Paint everywhere. Everywhere. Alright, I'll put it on the back of this one. There we go. And that way I have 5 hearts, right? Yeah, 5 hearts, and then I'll have 5 X's being on the back of that. So let's take this off, and hopefully it didn't bleed. Bled a little bit, but not too bad. And of course I have it on my fingers and I'm making a mess. All right. So let's go ahead and do the X on here. Okay. Take that off. Look at that. I'm really making a mess. So we have that X there. I'm going to sit it this way so it doesn't get messed up. Now I'm going to put this aside, and we're going to grab our box. I'm going to show you how to go ahead and put the cord on it while these are drying. All right, my friends, so I have my little box here, the picture frame that I painted red. I did 2 coats on this. I didn't care that a little bit of that came through just because we're not seeing the bottom. So I'm going to take my cord now. You don't want anything too wide. This actually is puffy, but when you pull it tight, it becomes thin. You don't want anything too wide because you don't want it to take up a lot of room in here. So I'm taking my extra dice and putting in there just to give me an idea of where I want to place my cord. So I'm going to say right here. take that out. That there. Should have had the marker ready. And then I'm just going to put a little place right there so I know where I want it. My hot glue gun has been plugged in. So I'm going to put my cord right enough on there that when I put it here, I pull it tight and glue it down right there. So over. Go ahead and put a little, oops, a little hot glue right on there like that. Put that down just like that. And you don't have to add this cord if you don't want to, as you saw. They do fit nicely in there. They might move around a little bit when you just have a few in. I'm just putting a dot there just to kind of hold it nice and tight. There. I'm going to add this in here just to kind of guide me. Okay. A little bit of glue and that, just like that. I'm pulling this taut just because this expands. And then I cut as close to that as I can. Add a little bit more glue. Pull that taut just because it makes it thinner. Hold that down just like that, friends. Oops, I'm all tangled up here. I'm gonna have hot glue. There we go. Okay, so we have our first one in. Just do like that. And then I'm going to measure, I don't want to do both. I think I'll do both this way first, and then I'll do this way. So we have our 2 in. We're going to take our cord, just put it tight right there. Put my little mark right on there like that. Some excess over the top. I think what I'll do is put that down first. A little drop of glue right there. So make sure you have plenty that's going to wrap around the back. Put that down like that. Put some right on here like that. Okay. Alright, my friends, I just happened to look up and notice that my camera just shut off automatically. I'm not quite sure what happened. So I'm not sure what we've caught, but I'm just repeating that same process that I did the first place. And I just used my dice just to kind of give me that measurement, just like that. Then I'm going to do one across here and then one across here. So let me go ahead and finish that up, and I'll show you what it looks like when I am done. Alright, my friends, I am finishing up the last spot. So I'm just going to do a drop right there on the top. I'm going to do a little bit. I've been doing a little bit extra just down the side just to give it a little extra security. Like that. Press it down. And then this is the back side. Instead of going across, I just kind of been stopping right there. And then just put a little bit of hot glue right there. just like that. Just want to make sure it's nice and secure. All right, and there it is, my friends. There is our tic-tac-toe board. And then we just put our little tic-tac-toe in there like that. There you have it. Is that adorable or what, friends? How cute is that? Didn't that turn out adorable? And the kids will have so much fun playing with it after they make it. Like I said, when I used my vinyl, it did pull up. If you can see, I'll do it up close, but it does have that rustic feel. The vinyl did pull some of the white off, and you can see a tad bit of the orange. So just using a stencil, laying it down might work a little bit better than the vinyl that I did. Or you can actually cut the vinyl out and just put the vinyl on there instead of painting and worrying about it going underneath and running and that kind of thing. That would work too. Or you can just hand paint it. You can just have the kids draw an X and a heart and hand paint it. That will work just as well. But I think it really turned out cute. Isn't that adorable? The kids are going to have hours of fun. All right, my friends, I really hope you enjoyed this craft video slash game. I thought it turned out really, really cute. I think the kids will enjoy making it, and after they make it, they're going to have so much fun playing with it because they made it themselves. And like I said, I did put an extra X on the back of the heart, so that way we have 5 and 5, so that way the same person doesn't always have to start the game. So that turned out really cute. Now, I went ahead and created some PDFs for you guys that I'm going to share. I think I can link them in the description box of this video, but I will try. I'm not 100% sure. If it's not there, then head over to my Facebook page, Mama Needs a Goal, and I will have the PDF files linked there. So I made this larger one here. And you can laminate this if you want and use dry erase markers, and then they can just wipe it off, or you can just print it out and use it as is, but you're kind of wasting a lot of paper. Or what you can do, we have these little blocks that I used. Now they are a little bit small for the square, but they will work. So if you don't want to laminate it or you don't have a laminator, you can use those little blocks. And I'm sure they sell blocks that are little wooden blocks that are a tad bit bigger than these. And then I went ahead and I reduced it, and I did 4 on a sheet for you. And if you want to do the same thing, you can print these out, cut them out, and then use the little blocks. It's perfect size for these little blocks. I just painted them white, and then I put X and O's on there, and I'll show you a picture with it on there. So you can just, like I said, these are the perfect size for those blocks. I bought those little blocks at the dollar store. If you don't want to make this big project, this is a great project to do with the kids. You can print this out, cut them out, and then just do the little small blocks for a quicker, easier project for the little kids. And they'll have their own little game to play with. And again, you can cut these out, and if you have a laminator, you can laminate it and use this with a whiteboard marker as well. And then lastly, I did the same form, but I added on the bottom to and from. So if you want to give these out as Valentine cards from your kids, you can cut them out, laminate them, or print them on heavy cardstock, and you can make these little blocks, have the kids paint them and put X's and O's on them, and you can give these out as a little set for Valentine's Day. These make great party favors if you're having a Valentine party for the little ones. This makes a great party favor. So I will have all of these linked. Like I said, I'll try to link it in the description box of this video. If it's not there, I'll make a note whether or not I was able to do it. And then if it's not there, just head over to my Facebook page, because I will for sure have it linked on my Facebook page. So friends, I really hope you enjoyed this little craft slash game, Valentine cards all in one. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing, as it does greatly help me out. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that little bell, because it will notify you every time I have a new video coming out. So friends, oh, and don't forget to check that Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter out as well. So friends, thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.